Good morning. It's Debbie Hatch, 9 o'clock, Facebook Live. It's Wednesday, and I try to talk about wellness on Wednesday. Today's topic actually came up for me as I was looking through some old documents yesterday, and one bit of feedback that I received from a Facebook troll, I don't even know if we would call that feedback, but one thing that somebody said, and most of my evaluations are awesome, people that know me, people that come to my class, and those are the ones that I really need to focus on. But this one person who doesn't know me, who's never been to a class, actually was looking at some of my information and said, well, you're just reverberating information that we can get for ourselves by looking at the Office of Personnel Management's website, looking at the Thrift Savings Plan website, looking at the Internal Revenue Service website, looking at the Social Security website. You're just saying things that are already said out there in these other agencies. And, that's true, right? I can't change Title V or agency regulations. I don't write the retirement rules. I don't write the Internal Revenue Service code. I can't change any of that. It is what it is. But here's what I do think that I do. I bring it all together. So sure, you can spend, the next week or 2 or 3 sitting in your living room going through all of these websites, and you can get the same information that I present. That's true. But it's going to take you a little while to get it all together, to figure out how it all fits, and then to put it into something that's actually relevant for you to use. We can read the law and the regulation. It's not really helpful. We know what we're supposed to do with a lot of this stuff, but many times we don't actually take action. So in reading the regulations and the laws and bringing it all together, what I focus on, and you've heard this before, not new, what I focus on is something that I created and call my retirement triad. We need 3 very specific things to have successful retirement, and I would argue even successful life prior to retirement. Those 3 things are health, wealth, and personal fulfillment. So a couple of minutes ago, I posted a picture in the feed that talks about different types of wellness that we could have. A lot of people, when they hear wellness, and I would ask you, what's the first thing that comes up? When you hear the word wellness, what do you think of? Most of us automatically think of our physical health, working out, eating good quality food, eating appropriate portion sizes, making sure that we're drinking water, maybe taking our vitamins, things of that nature. We think about our physical body, and health is definitely important when it comes to that. Wellness is definitely important, but that's not the only place that it shows up. So in reading through that list, we have emotional wellness. And that just means I feel good about interacting and doing the things that I need to do. I feel like I'm supported. I feel like I can accomplish the goals that I'm setting for myself. That's personal fulfillment wellness. Environmental wellness. That's the environment that I've placed myself in. I feel like I have support from the people that are in my life. I feel safe in the environment that I'm in. I feel like it's something or it's a place where I can thrive. That's personal fulfillment wellness. Financial wellness. That's the wealth piece. Intellectual wellness and occupational wellness. Both personal fulfillment, right? I'm learning, I'm engaging my brain, I'm continuing to grow as a human being. Occupational is the workplace. So I would say that that's probably 2 different kinds of wellness, or it could be. It definitely could be personal fulfillment, right? I like my job, I like the things that I'm doing, I feel like I'm making a difference. That's all personal fulfillment. The occupational piece could be wealth also. But here's why I've created the triad, because when any one of those things is out of balance, I create a problem. I remember, it was probably 2 years ago now, it's been a little bit, I was teaching a class, and I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I released the students for lunch, but one person stayed in the classroom with me, and I was eating my lunch. He said, you know, all of these things that you're telling us are great and wonderful, but my job is killing me. Like, I'm probably not even going to make it to retirement. And he was complaining about his job. And I said to him, why don't you leave that job? Why don't you get another one? And he got very upset with me. He thought I was being really flippant, and he was like, well, I have to pay my bills and I have to do this. I can't leave my job. Okay, I understand. We all have to pay our bills. That's true. But when you make a statement to me that your job is killing you and you're probably not going to make it to retirement, then I would say, is that really where you want to be? Sure, you're getting paid, but you could do a lot of other things and get paid too. You see, it's out of balance, right? I don't have personal fulfillment in that job. He was very, very unhappy, and it was leading to problems with his health. He wasn't doing things for himself because he hated that environment so much that he just gave up on everything. You could. It might be difficult, sure. It might not be at the same level of pay that you want, but you could find another job and learn to live within your means, or you could say, my job's killing me. Oh, well, I'm just going to hang out here. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we do have physical wellness. That's the health piece. We also have a social and spiritual wellness. Those are both personal fulfillment. Again, I'm interacting, and we know, not a theory, science has proven that people that have a social group live longer. We live better. We're human beings. We are social creatures. It may not be a huge thing, right? I'm an introvert. I would say I'm actually an ambivert. It depends on the people that I'm around. If I'm around certain people and I feel comfortable, I become much, much more extroverted. But generally, I have a very small group of people that I surround myself with. That's okay. It's my social group, and it makes me feel good. It doesn't have to be 1 million people. Mindset matters when we're talking about this stuff. So it's not just the rules. It's not just reading the law. It's not just reading the agency regulations. It's how you look at them, and it's how you apply them, and it's how well you feel in all of these areas with all of these interactions. Now, yesterday, I talked about motivation. Was it yesterday? Maybe Monday. I talked about motivation and the fact that I believe I can't motivate you. You have to have some intrinsic level of motivation within your being. I can foster that. I can create an environment. I can give you tools that might help to increase your motivation to get something done, but I can't motivate you. The other thing that I hear a lot of times, right, is people say, oh, you inspire me. They'll tell me that because I'm working out, because I have a strong work ethic, because I'm doing all of these things. And a lot of folks will say, that's very inspirational to me. You inspire me. But do I? Do I? Because in my mind, inspiration would mean that I have spurred you into action. If you like to watch me working out every day and you go, whoa, Debbie's killing it. Like, she's in the gym, whether she feels like it or not, and she's doing this stuff and she's saving money and she's making these choices. And I love that. But you keep on doing whatever you're doing. I don't consider that to be inspirational. I consider that to be, you're just watching and going, yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't want you to do that. I want you to take action. So the things that I like to talk about on these streams are how, not that we can trick ourselves, because again, that only lasts so long, but how we can use our normal human tendencies, we mess up a lot of stuff, to our own advantage. So today, what I really wanted to talk about was something that's called the fresh start. It is a scientific theory that came out back in 2014 by a woman named Catherine Milkman, and she's a professor at the Wharton School. But what she did is have an experiment when she was framing how she was talking to people about making behavioral changes, and the difference setting ourselves up in the best scenario helps for us to be successful. So I want to just read you a couple of paragraphs here and see what you think about it. It says you're given an opportunity to receive reminder emails in late March that will describe your goal, your plan for accomplishing it, and a motivating message that you can customize. Super important, because we know that if we write it down, we are going to be more successful. Anyway, the researcher offers you a list of days in the coming months and asks you to choose when you want to be reminded of your goals. The days range from March 18th to March 24th, with the day of the week indicated in parentheses following the date. But here's where it gets interesting. In one email, it says March 20th, which is framed as a Thursday, the third Thursday in March for the year that the experiment was done. The second option is March 20th, Thursday, the first day of spring. Doesn't seem to make much of a difference. We're talking about 4 days here. But in one instance, it was referred to just as the third Thursday in March, and in the other instance, it was referred to as the first day of spring. Which one do you think would be more likely to be successful? Doesn't matter. The experiment definitely showed that it did matter. When it was framed as the first day of spring, people were much more successful at actually accomplishing their goals. I don't think that's a surprise. Why do you think most people say, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. I'm going to start my diet on the 1st of the month. I'm going to start it on the 1st of January. We intuitively know that if we pick these dates of significance, then we're more likely to accomplish the goal. And I would say we're more likely to start it. Whether we stick to it or not will depend upon our mindset and how we've structured our wellness in all of those different areas that I talked to you about. So when you're setting a goal for yourself, whatever that is, you're going to get a new job, you're going to start saving for retirement, you're going to start working on that degree, you're going to start creating this, whatever this is, stop and think about what you think is going to be a significant date for you to start. That could be on your birthday. It could be the first day after you get your next promotion. It could be the first day of a new job, the first day of retirement, your anniversary date, something that matters to you. Pick that as your start date so that you will be more successful at getting going on it. And then remember to chop those goals up into smaller pieces, because the closer we are to accomplishing anything, even if it's just a little bite-sized morsel, the harder we work towards getting that done, the more likely we are to accomplish that goal instead of setting out this big thing that's going to take me the next 5 years. It's a little bit too overwhelming. So you set those smaller goals after you pick your start date. Why am I talking about this right now? Because we are experiencing a lot of really significant dates right now, things that we've not ever experienced before as we work through COVID-19. And people are now teleworking, and schools are now closed, and people are now not able to go and do the things that they would normally do. So this can be a really successful time for people to start new stuff. It's different. And going forward, it's going to be different too. Maybe you're going to set the date on the first day that you're allowed back in the office, or the first day that this opens up, or the first day that you're able to go here or there or whatever. Again, a significant date is going to help you. That's not stuff you're going to read in the law. I hope it's helpful to you. I really do. I am going to hop off here. I have 2 4-hour live virtual classes that I'm teaching today for a customer in California. Super excited. I'd be more excited to be in California, to be honest with you, so I could be walking on the beach and enjoying the ocean, but I can't do that. So this is a mid-career session. I'll be teaching 60 students this morning and 60 more students this afternoon. I am really looking forward to that. I hope that you have something exciting planned for today. I hope that I've given you something to think about. Get a coffee, Stay safe, stay strong. Let me know how I can help you. Bye for now.